My husband and I have not always looked like this. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to day 4 of my reclamation journey. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I've told my story many times online, but really, we have not always had a good relationship. We have not always been a team. We have not always been on the same side of things. And a long time ago, I decided that I was going to change our relationship. I was going to transform our relationship because I wasn't willing to give it up. Now, I will say, none of this would be possible if I was not with the man that I was with, who was willing to learn and grow with me and change our dynamic together, because you cannot do it by yourself. You can make the change, you can move in that direction, you can change how you are being, and one of two things will happen. Either he will change with you, he will grow with you, your dynamic will change, everything will become more beautiful, or you will realize that it's not working, he's not going to change, and it will all fall away. And I have been through both things. I was married for 10 years almost, and I did, essentially the same thing. I want to work on this. We need, I want to get better. I want us to have a better relationship. And he literally just refused to change. And then with my now husband, I did the same thing where I was like, I want us to have this more solid relationship. I want us to work together. I want us to really truly love each other and strive for a better life together. And he was like, yes, that's what I want too. And so he took his own steps to deal with himself, which is the most important thing in any relationship, is that both people are dealing with themselves, because you cannot, listen to me, you cannot change the other person. It's not possible. What you can change is yourself. What you can change is how you deal with when triggers come up in a relationship, when things get hard, when they say something that you're like, I don't really like that. All of those types of things. You can change how you respond, how you react in your body. And a lot of that comes from just knowing who you are, knowing your worth. And I'm not saying I deserve the world because I'm just the best person ever and this delusional thinking. I'm talking about actual truth and viewing yourself as worthy, even though you might not feel worthy, not having this, I'll go into this another time, but actual truth. So you learn about yourself, you learn what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, what you are bringing to the relationship. And I'm not talking about that whole what do you bring to the table bullshit. I'm talking about who you are and the value that you have as a human being, as a woman or a man or whatever. And what are you actually contributing? Are you contributing misery? Are you contributing fighting? Are you contributing what are you contributing to the relationship? Are you contributing understanding? Are you contributing boundaries? What are you giving to the relationship? And so I, went for a long time in this relationship where it was very, very hard. And like I said, I'm not going to go into all the details here because it's a long, long story. But it was very hard first few years of our relationship, very difficult. And more recently, we were talking, and this was before I lost my job and everything, but he was just thanking me. And he wasn't thanking me just for working, he was thanking me for breastfeeding our babies. He was thanking me for having our babies. He was thanking me for everything that I do for our household and everything that I am, just as the woman in the house. And of course, I started crying. And then he looked at me and he said, I am so happy with our life together. And y'all, I have not cried like that in so long. And it was a cry of relief and joy and all these things, but it was full on just ugly cry, And it was because it was really hard for a long time to see us ever getting to this place where we're genuinely happy together. Like, we've always liked each other. We've always loved each other, you know, but things were just, there were a lot of differences, a lot of communication issues, a lot of, you know, different opinions of things, a lot of the way our relationship started, all the things. And then add to that, like, you know, all these children and the deal with like my ex-husband and everything, and it made for a really difficult beginning of our relationship. And to hear him say like he's so happy, because I'm like, I'm so happy, but I almost didn't know how to be happy. So that's I think what I want to talk about today is, I for a long time would be like, I'm so happy in this relationship, like things are so good. And because I was not used to happiness or peace or whatever, like chaos and disappointment and devastation is like my normal, you know, my baseline for life for a long, long time. And so anytime things would get happy, I would subconsciously do something. I would say something that I knew I shouldn't be saying. I would, you know, like I would do something. It was almost like I was testing the relationship, but in a really fucked up way, because I wasn't aware of the fact that I was doing this, and then everything would start to crumble again. And then I finally got to be like aware of what I was doing. And so I started bringing other tools in to calm my nervous system, like chill the fuck out, and realize that like I don't need to pick a fight to feel normal. I can learn how to feel normal in the peace and calm and everything. And so like now we don't really fight. We argue sometimes, very rarely. And we're both very passionate people, so we get, you know, excited and heated when we're talking or debating something, but we don't fight with each other. We're not like, we're just not like that. And if one of us starts to get to that level where it's going to turn into a fight, the other one will be like, I don't want to fight. Like, we just need to bring it down, calm, you know, talk about this. And we're both aware of that, and we both can calm the situation down. And now, having lost my job, like, I'm in this place of learning what it is to be a wife and a mom that's not working. I'm still working because I'm doing all of my, you know, programs and things like that. And we're starting the reclamation on July 14th, which I'm super excited about, where we're going to go really deep into all of this, like everything on my page that I've been posting about. We're going to go deep into all of that, of like reclaiming yourself as a woman, all the parts of you that you've buried, like recognizing your anger. I'm actually going to do a live on that later, is just like being fully aware of what your anger is trying to tell you, instead of stuffing it down, because it's always trying to tell you something. And I would say that that is the biggest thing, like the biggest thing that has helped me in my relationship with my husband, and transforming that, is becoming more of myself, is allowing myself to get angry sometimes, is allowing like all the feelings that come up, communicating them, talking, like just being me has changed our relationship. And he helped me with that so much. But like, it also was a lot of deep work that I did. It's a lot of journaling that I've done. It's a lot of like learning about myself, which is why I'm so passionate to help other women learn these things about themselves, is because like we spend so much of our lives just shoving it all down, and we don't need to do that anymore. So I am meeting a version of myself in this marriage that I didn't really know existed until I did the work. She's softer than I expected, and she's still really fierce. So I invite you to join me in the reclamation, and we're gonna dive into you and who you are, and learn all of these things about you. And I just cannot wait for the women in that space. Like, as the content for the course is coming through, and it's not just a course that you just do the videos and everything, like there is embodiment work, there's going to be mastermind calls, like so much that I'm so excited to do because we really get to go deep into this work and reclaim all of us, like all of yourself. And it's going to be so cool. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. So that's it for my reclamation journey day 4. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.